The House of Representatives has approved President Bola Tinubu's emergency rule in Rivers State through a voice vote. The decision, reached in under 30 minutes, mandates the formation of a national committee comprising the Executive, National Assembly, and key stakeholders to mediate the ongoing political crisis. Under Section 11, Subsection 4 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, the National Assembly, not the President, will legislate for Rivers State during the emergency period, which is set to last up to 6 months unless lifted earlier. President Tinubu in a national broadcast declared the emergency on Tuesday, suspending Governor Siminalayi Fubara, Deputy Governor Ngozi Odu, and the State House of Assembly, appointing Vice Admiral Ibok Ibas, retired, to administer the state under presidential directives. During plenary, Speaker Tajin Abbas convened an executive session before reading the president's letter. A brief debate followed, with Labour Party lawmaker Honorable Obi Aguncha challenging the decision, citing Section 305 of the Constitution, which requires a two-thirds majority for emergency rule approval.
Sir, Right Honorable Speaker, Gazette of State of Emergency Proclamation 2025, Rivers State. In compliance with the provisions of Section 305, subsection 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, I hereby forward the consideration of the House of Representatives copies of the official Gazette of the State of Emergency Proclamation 2025. I wish, in view of the grave and urgent situation that has necessitated its issuance, to particularly commend this proclamation to the House of Representatives for consideration and approval in line with the Constitution.
The President's letter concerns proclamation. Mr. Speaker, the constitutional procedures that must be followed as enshrined in Section 305, subsection 6b, that says for us to consider this President's request, that this House must have two-thirds of members present. Mr. Speaker, may I please ask...
We already have our attendance registers, honorable colleague,
Mr.
and
Speaker,
we'll rely on that to ensure.
Mr. Speaker, this is a constitutional...
Yes,
Can we do a head count, Mr. Speaker?
That
to
is not...
ascertain that we have a quorum.
Yes.
To ascertain that we have...
Yes, yes. Our attendance register will guide us accordingly, honorable.
Also come under the same order, as well as Order 4 of our standing rules. Mr. Speaker, why I'm coming again is simple. You are a man who have given leadership to this House. You have led us well, even in times that there are bills that were very challenging to the nation and to this country. You have shown, and your leadership has made Nigerians to have confidence in this House. Mr. Speaker, the issue we are debating right now in second reading is a constitutional matter, and Constitution has prescribed what to do, Mr. Speaker. It is in the integrity and interest of this House, Mr. Speaker, for you to announce the quorum as we are seated, so that Nigerians will know that we are not circumventing the Constitution.
Despite his objection, the House proceeded with the voice vote, endorsing the emergency rule.
My dear colleagues, I think once again this House has been summoned to leave an indelible mark on the pages of Nigeria's political history. And I believe that, as we've always done, carrying the interests of our people and the nation at large at heart, we will all rise to the occasion. There is no doubting the fact that we have our differing definitions of democracy, of transition, state of emergency, and whatever, within and outside the Constitution. But the road to where we are today is known to everyone in this hall. Nobody is a stranger, so I don't need to be reminding you or telling you who did this, who didn't do this. that there has been failure in certain sectors, particularly those of us who call ourselves leaders of the Niger Delta. There is no doubt about that, because if we did our work well, if we went to the grassroots and mobilized our traditional religious leaders and critical stakeholders, we may not be where we are here today. It's our primary responsibility.
Of those that suffered this very, very decisive decision in Plateau State. But Plateau State got better after the state of emergency. In fact, I was taking review with myself, my colleagues yesterday, what really happened. I was in government, I was part of the government, I benefited, but after that one, we know the impact of it. For the country, it was good. For the country, as far as I'm concerned, because of the economic sabotage that is going to affect every one of us, nobody can take his eyes away from that. I want to believe that Nigeria must move forward. We are not yet at the point of voting. So the point of vote, what are being raised, until we get to the point of voting, that is when possibly that class could be asked. But for now, we are supposed to consider what is before us, and what is before us is the request by Mr. President to tackle the issue or to approve for him for rivers. Until we get to that one, before we now begin to talk about quorum.
I've said we'll work in line with the Constitution and to work with the tools that are available to us towards building a greater Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, it is in that respect that I want to say that the recommendations made in the proclamation by Mr. President, that in the wisdom of this House, that we play with it in a way and manner that it will help to build our democracy and make Nigeria a better place. And my recommendation is that we have seen in time past when this country was at the point of precipice, where national committees were set up. And we have also seen in time past, even when there are no constitutional provision, the doctrine of necessity was invoked, to give life back to the country. And it is in that vein that this state of emergency has been declared in Rivers State. Not because Mr. President hates any of the groups involved, but because Mr. President wants something better, for our country. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to recommend that a national committee be set up to comprise of the executive, members of the parliament, and eminent Nigerians, like we have seen in the past where during the election we had General Salam Abubakar and his eminence Bishop Hassan Kuka coming together to ensure that there is peace across the country.
The President has invoked Section 305 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I do not want to go into academic debates on what Section 305 is all about, but it's a proclamation, for an emergency rule. However, Mr. Speaker, I have some few amendments, to make. Section 305 cannot be read in isolation of Section 11, subsection 4 of the same Constitution. And that deals with, if you permit me to read, that at any time, when any House of Assembly of a state is unable to perform its function, by reason of the situation prevailing in that state, the National Assembly may make such laws for the peace, order, and good government of that state with respect to matters on which a House of Assembly may make laws as may appear to the National Assembly, for on and on. But the bottom line here is I listened to Mr. President's proclamation where he said that the sole administrator will be reporting to the Federal Executive Council. Mr. Speaker, I disagree, with that position.
The question. Are we ready for the question? As in support of this motion, should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it.
After much deliberations, the Parliament resolved that the President can leave the state of emergency within 6 months and not later than 6 months. Then plenary was adjourned till March 24th, 2024. Anieti Patrick, Core TV News, Abuja.